Hello everyone, my name is Maaz Mohsen and welcome today. I'm going to walk you through a reading and writing lesson plan that integrates technology in a simple but effective way. Now, I know I'm not standing in a classroom with a big whiteboard behind me, just me sitting here with you, talking you through the lesson. So I want you to imagine this as if we are having a friendly conversation about teaching ideas, and you can take what works for your students. The main goal of this lesson is to help students improve their reading comprehension and their ability to express ideas in writing. But here's the twist, we are going to use technology not just an add-on, but as a central part of the process. Why? Because when students use tools they already enjoy, like interactive reading apps, online collaborative documents, or even simple digital annotation tools, they feel more engaged and less like they are just doing homework. So this isn't just a reading lesson, it's about showing students that reading and writing can be dynamic, collaborative, and connected to real life. I will start with a warm-up that doesn't need any fancy setup. Imagine we are all in a classroom or even online, and I say, alright, I'm going to put a sentence on the screen and you have to guess what the story behind it is. For example, the sentence might be, the lights went out and everything went silent. Students will throw out ideas. Maybe it's a horror story, and maybe it's about a power cut, maybe it's a surprise party. The point here is to activate their imagination and get them curious before they have ever seen in the text. If you don't have a screen, you can just read the sentence aloud. The magic is in the curiosity, not the technology at this page. Now, here is where we bring in the reading text instead of handing out photocopies. I would have the text available in a shared Google document or a reading app like Common Lit or ReadWorks. This way, students can highlight words, add comments, and even ask questions right there in the document. If you are teaching in a person without a projector, students can access it on their own devices, phones, tablets, laptops, whatever they have. I would explain to them, we are not just reading to answer questions, we are reading to interact with the text, to have a conversation with it. So, as they read, they can highlight parts they find interesting or confusing, and we can all see these notes in real time. Once they have read the passage, I will guide them through a set of comprehension questions, some factual, some inferential, some opinion-based. Here is where technology shines. Instead of answering on paper, they can type their answers into shared Padlet board or Jamboard. The benefit, why we benefit from them, everyone can see each other's answers instantly and sparks discussion. For example, if two students have completely different interpretations of the ending, we can talk about why. You don't need to draw diagrams here. Just describe it like I'm doing now and your students will picture it in their heads. Students will write a short response to the text, a continuation of the story, a letter to one of the characters, or even a news article based on the events in the passage. But instead of writing in isolation, they will work in pairs on a shared Google document. Why? Because it allows for intermediate peer feedback. One student writes a paragraph, the other document suggests edits or adds details. It also teaches them digital collaboration skills, how to negotiate, how to merge ideas, and how to be respectful editors. Even if you are in a low-teach environment, you could have them take turns on the same device or type their sections and email them to each other. Assessment doesn't have to be a meaningful formal test. Here I would use a combination of teacher feedback and peer feedback. I would read through their shared document, leave comments on content and grammar, and also ask them to comment on a at least 2 other pairs work. The goal isn't just to grade, it's just to create a community of writers who actually care about how their work is received. By the end of the lesson, students have engaged with the text and in an interactive way, discussed and debated ideas openly, produced a piece of writing collaboratively, learned to use technology for more than just scrolling social media. And the best part, you didn't need a whiteboard or fancy classroom setup, just a clear plan, the right tools, and the willingness to let students take some control of their learning. So, if you try this lesson, focus on the interaction, not the tech. Technology is just the bridge. The real journey is in how students connect with the text and with each other. This is all the lesson today. I will see you next time. Bye.